In less than 10 minutes, we have the text to win keyword. We'll send you to see, well, we're not going to send you. We'll give you the tickets to see Alabama and Pat Green down at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena in the Ozarks. You can get yourself there, but we'll give you the tickets in 10 minutes here on KCMO. So stay tuned for that. That show's coming up August 21st, just a couple of weeks away. In the meantime, here's our friend Dave Trabert with the Kansas Policy Institute. And they've got some big news. They are launching a new initiative to protect the constitutional republic. Dave, good morning. What is it?
Well, good morning, Pete. It's great to be here again. Well, you know, there's this famous story about after the Constitution was signed, and a lady asked Ben Franklin, "What have you created, sir?" And he said, "A republic, if you can keep it." And it is getting harder and harder to keep our constitutional republic. People think that we have a democracy, which in its purest form is just majority rule. That's not what we have. There are majority votes on certain things, but we're governed by the rule of law, passed down through our constitutional principles. And there have been some innocent and some not so innocent attacks on our constitutional republic. I mean, you know, all the isms, the communism or the democratic socialisms and so forth. People don't understand what we have, and we really do have to work hard to keep our republic. And so we're going to launch this new organization. It's called the Pearson Eby Liberty Academy. It's named after two of our founders, George Pearson and the late Martin Eby. And it's going to host a lecture series. We're planning to do about 8 lectures a year. We'll bring in constitutional scholars and other experts to help people of all ages get a deeper understanding of the principles that make this the greatest nation on earth.
So you're going to do these about 8 series a year all around the state of Kansas?
We're going to probably start the first series. We'll divide between like northeast Kansas around the Overland Park area and the Wichita area, just because that's where the people, the majority of the population is. But we're going to record these also. And we want to have we want people to be able to get exposure to these experts, and also to understand how these principles relate to daily life in issues that come up through state and local legislatures.
So how do you grow this thing beyond? Listen, there's going to be a lot of interest in this. There are probably listeners. I know there are listeners right now who think this is awesome. But to put it bluntly, Dave, they're not the ones that need this. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the ones that really need to be reminded or learn, like, what a constitutional republic is. So how do you brand this thing to get people to these events who actually need the lessons that you're preaching at this stuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it's we have people who run for office, and they might say that they're conservative or whatever, however they describe themselves. But when you start looking at actions, and again, a lot of these are innocent. We'll talk with legislators after they're, considering a law and explain the constitutional problems with it, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Didn't think of that." So we're hoping to ideally get people to run for office based on and just their platform being constitutional principles. It doesn't matter whether you have a party affiliation with a DNR or you're independent, whatever. But if you're grounded in constitutional principles, we're all going to be better off. And part of this is going to be, if we do a lecture on a constitutional principle, we want to have someone else there talking about, now, how do you interpret these things in daily life? So we'll give examples of protections that were proposed that have ultimately turned out to be unconstitutional, like the one that we just shot down on warrantless searches in Kansas through the Department of Agriculture.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Well, this is pretty exciting stuff. I think that Kansans will appreciate it. They'll enjoy it. and it's much needed right now, Dave Trabert. So what's your first event coming up? You got someone from the Wall Street Journal coming in, right?
Yeah, Kim Strassel.
She's good. She's real good.
Yeah, she is good. She has a great following in Kansas. She's coming to Wichita on September 16. We're going to launch the Pearson EV Liberty Academy with a dinner at the Wichita Hyatt Regency. And we're going to honor the two founders. Strassel's going to be the keynote speaker. And honestly, we're hoping to raise some money to help make this all happen. So it's September 16. You can go to kansaspolicy.org under the events tab and register for tickets or maybe even sponsor a table.
kansaspolicy.org and the events tab at the top of the page. I see it there. I see easy to get to, easy to register, and you can sponsor a table as well in just a few weeks down in Wichita. Good stuff, Dave. This is fantastic. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to hear how this launch goes for you, and I think it's going to be great for the folks in Kansas.
Thanks, Pete.
You bet. Dave Trabert, well done, as always, on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. We're streaming, as always, on the KCMO Talk Radio app as we get it going.